A lot of people struggle with pricing. They either don't know how much to charge, or even worse, they're selling their stuff for way too cheap because they don't think that they can charge more. Look, I've made over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K, and I'm telling you, price is never the issue. Everybody's in a race to the bottom. Look, people think that if they lower their prices, then they'll get more sales, which means that they'll make more money. And for most people, that's not true at all. And this is only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break down. So if you don't have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll just make growing your business online harder than saying toy boat 5 times in a row as fast as you can. I mean, have you ever tried it before? It's impossible. Just try it real quick. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. It's impossible. And growing a successful business online is way more easier than that. So look, the problem that most people are having is that they're thinking that they're selling some type of product, whether that be an ebook, whether that be some type of course, whether that be some type of membership, when you don't need to be thinking of a product at all. You need to be thinking of delivering a high value result to somebody. And instead of thinking of crafting a high value result, most people are thinking of the pieces of their product. So this is what I mean by this. So look, most people think that the value of their offer is in the pieces, right? When that's not the case at all. And also, this is real key, that word that I said, offer. Majority of people aren't hitting the benchmarks that they set for themselves in any of their income goals because they're not looking at their product as an offer. They're looking at it as a product. And this will also help you a lot in your sales, because if you simply come up with an offer and offer it to somebody, like genuinely offer it to somebody versus trying to sell something to somebody, then you will get way more sales, because people, they don't like the feeling of being sold to, but people do like to genuinely be helped. And people will much more likely take a genuine offer from you than you trying to sell something to them. But back to this. A lot of people think that the value of their offer is in the pieces. So what do I mean by this? If somebody has a ebook, for example, they're so focused on the pieces of their ebook. Well, my ebook has this many chapters, or my ebook, it covers this, and this. Because they think that the value is in the pieces. Or if somebody has a course, for example, they'll say, well, with this course, you get this many modules and you get this many hours of content. And those are the pieces. If somebody has a membership, they'll say, well, in my membership, you get access to all of these hours of trainings. Plus you get this, and you get this, and you get this bonus, and you get that bonus, and you get this. They're focused on the pieces instead of focusing on a high value result, all right? Because this is what people are buying. They're not going to want to buy anything for the pieces. They want to know what's in it for them. And they could care less about the pieces of your actual product. What they do care about is the high value result that they are going to receive from purchasing your product. And here's another mistake that a lot of people are making. Because they're focused on the pieces, they think that their customer or their lead, that they need to understand the process, right? So people, they're talking about all of the processes that their product has in it in order to deliver that result, right? So what I mean by this is this. Let's say that I have some type of fitness program, right? And in this fitness program, I talk about every single thing that is included into the program. You are going to have to do this on week 1, this on week 2, this on week 3. And then you're going to have this diet regimen. And then you're going to have this. And then you're going to have to train this way. Then you're going to have to work out this many times. Guess what? A lot of that stuff, when you're talking about the process, it can seem daunting to your prospective customer. It can seem intimidating to your lead, right? And then people will start to get in their head like, oh, this is hard, or I don't think that I can do that, because people are so focused on the pieces and the process, to where somebody else is looking and then they're like, dang, it has that many pieces? That seems like long. I don't know if I have the time to go through all this stuff. Or they're looking at the process and they're like, man, that looks really, really intimidating. I don't think that I can do it. And they need to think that they can do it. So again, you need to focus on a high value result. not the process. Another mistake that people are making, let's say that they have some type of course or membership or something that has some type of access to them. They think that their value in their product is them, the person. That's not the case at all either. Look, people, they could care less about getting to talk with you. People could care less about how much time or how many calls or how many hours that they're going to get to spend with you. Remember, people are selfish. At the end of the day, they don't care that much about you. Look, I know that people like me. I know that people love me, but the reason why people get into my ecosystem is because of the result that I can deliver to them. They don't tap into anything that I have to offer because of me. Now, yes, you do have to build what I call the know, like, and trust factor, because people buy stuff from people that they know, like, and trust. But at the end of the day, everybody, and there's nothing wrong with this, including you and myself, everybody is self-serving first. So people have a what's in it for me mentality. And people that are selling some type of product that has access to themselves, they're talking about how you can get to talk to me so much, as if people care about that. No, again, focus on a high value result for somebody. So remember, don't focus on the pieces, focus on the payoff. Always remember, don't focus on the pieces, focus on the payoff. And the key thing about the payoff is that it's not what you think the payoff is, it's what they think the payoff is. You need to know about your customers' pain and their pleasures, right? You need to know about their pain so you can draw them away from their pains, and you need to know their pleasures so you know what it is that you're actually leading them towards. And this is a big key thing about sales also. It is always going to be easier to draw someone away from their pain than to lead them towards their pleasure. And the reason why a lot of people are messing up is because they're just trying to tap into pleasures of people. But here's the thing about when you tap into pleasures versus drawing someone away from their pain. People's guards go up when stuff sounds too good to be true. You could have the best thing ever for them, but if they don't know you, if they don't like you, and if they don't trust you, their guards are gonna go up. What's going on over here? Nah, it can't be that good, right? Versus if you lead someone away from their pain, if you know their pain points and you basically just like take this little pencil and jab it in there and just keep on twisting into that little pain point, they will actually move quickly. They will move fast because they want to get away from that pain. It's just basic human nature. Someone isn't necessarily enticed by the pleasure of having a clean, healthy mouth. But as soon as that toothache starts aching, they hurry up and go to the dentist, right? Why? Because they're wanting to get away from that pain as fast as possible. Pain is the #1 determining factor in somebody actually improving themselves and somebody actually making a life-changing decision to change their life. It's pain. So you need to know your customer base's pains and their pleasures so you can show them how your offer or your high value result or this payoff, remember, focus on the payoff, not the pieces. So you can show them how your product can get them from where they are right now to where they want to be, because that's all that business is. That's all that entrepreneurship is. Taking somebody from where they are right now, their current situation, and getting them to here, their desired situation of where they want to go. And then you just simply package up your solution into a vehicle of a digital product. That's what you're selling. And here's another thing here about this payoff. Your payoff, it has to be perceived as more valuable than the money that somebody has in their pocket. Because that's the only thing that anybody, including you or I, spend money on. We spend our money on something that we deem to be more valuable than the money that we have in our pocket. Or then we will go and spend our money on something else because we'll be like, no, that ain't worth it. I'm gonna go buy this instead. So what most entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs are doing out here is that they're trying to think of what something is worth instead of thinking of how to make something worth more than the money that it is that they're actually asking for. They're thinking of equal value propositions when it has to be an unequal value proposition. So something that I do in my business is that I basically sell $10 bills for $1 because I'm like, yo, somebody would be stupid to not spend $1 to buy $10, right? So just imagine if you or I had $1 and I was like, yo, I'll sell you this $1 for $1. You wouldn't do it, right? Why? Because you're like, I have $1 and you're gonna sell me $1 for $1. Well, I still have $1, so I'm just gonna keep my $1. See, That's why most people aren't buying something no matter what the price point is because they don't perceive it to be more valuable than the dollar that they're going to spend on it. It either has an equal value proposition or it's skewed the wrong way and they're like, yo, my money is worth more than that thing that you're offering. So you have to show them that you have an unequal value proposition that will get somebody from where they are right now to where they want to be. So how do you do this? Well, your mouth. You communicate. I'm telling you right now, the number one thing that will change your life and your business financially forever is if you simply just become an effective communicator. I was listening to a Warren Buffett interview. He was sitting down and he was speaking to a bunch of business college kids, people that had graduated college, had all these MBAs, been to grad school and all this stuff. And Warren Buffett, right, the greatest investor of our time, he said, if you simply just work on your communication skills, then you will triple your earning potential. He was like, yeah, all these degrees that you have, all these classes that you've took, all these tests that you've passed it, good job. All fine and dandy. But if you just become an effective communicator, you'll triple your earning potential out in the marketplace. That's how important communication skills are, because all that business is coming up with a high value result to someone and then effectively communicating to that person that your offer can take them from where they are right now to where they want to be. That's it. All that you have to do, become an effective communicator. But how can you work on your communication skills? It comes down to 4 things. First of all, your offer, it needs to be measurable, right? Now, the reason why I say it needs to be measurable is because you need to be able to quantify what you can do for someone. So somebody, they'll be in a personal development space, right? Say that their niche is personal development. Well, you can't really quantify personal development. So they'll just say, hey, I'm going to help you be a better person. Well, somebody on the receiving end of that message, they're like, be a better person. I don't know what I'm going to get. I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know, like, what does a better person look like? You can't just say that you're going to make somebody a better person. Somebody, they'll be in a fitness niche, right? They'll say, well, I'm going to help you get in shape. Well, what is in shape? Because in shape for everybody else is going to be different. And that's why earlier in the video, when I said that you need to focus on the payoff, I said that you don't need to focus on what you think the payoff is. You need to focus on what they think the payoff is. So just using this example, if somebody says that they're in the fitness niche and they're going to help people get in shape, well, their perceived payoff could be, I'm going to get you in shape like an elite level athlete. But the person that they're speaking to might just be a regular Joe that just wants to work out for less than 30 minutes a day to just live a healthy lifestyle so they won't die early, because they want to live a long life so they can see their kids have a family. Right? You see what the differences in the perceived payoffs are? But you have a lot of people sitting here saying that they want to turn somebody into the elite, super in shape athlete within, but this person really just wants to get in a 20 to 30 minute light workout after they get off of work because they're just looking to extend their life so they can see their children grow up to have children. But regardless, when you have an offer that's measurable, you'll be able to communicate that measurement, right? Which leads into number 2, it needs to be statable. And this is big because a lot of people, they can't just state to you what it is that they have to offer. It gets really confusing. It gets really all convoluted, right? And in anything that I offer to anybody, I always want to make sure that I can say it in a sentence. And in that sentence, I want to make sure that a kid can understand it. Now, I hate when people say that stuff like, well, if you can't explain it to like a 4-year-old, then you don't understand it. I ain't going to go to that extreme. But I'll say if you can't explain it within a sentence to a somewhat intelligent 10 to 12-year-old, then you need to dumb it down. So something that's helped me in this is, I call it the what you do equation. And the what you do equation is this. And this ain't rocket science, look. And this has helped, when I say this ain't rocket science, like people, they really just overcomplicate stuff. This simple sentence has made me so much money, and it's this. I help X do Y by Z. The X is the who, the Y is the what, and the Z is the how. In that one sentence, it's statable. So if I use myself as an example, I help entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs increase their income, impact, and influence by creating and scaling digital products online. See how I can just say that in one simple sentence? And it's easily understandable and digestible on what it is that I do. But then I take it one step further. I have something that I call a transformation statement, because people, they're not just purchasing our stuff for the information that it has. Remember, they want that high value result, right? So they want the transformation. The transformation statement is this: so that they can blank. Then you just fill in the blank right here. I help X do Y by Z so that they can blank. So let's say that I was helping women that were new mothers get in shape, right? So my what you do equation with the transformation statement could be this: I help new mothers lose 20 pounds of baby fat by working out 20 minutes a day so they can get that body back in shape and be by the pool this summer. You see how easy that is to communicate to somebody? You see how easy that is to make a statement? It's stateable. And then third, like I said, you need to dumb it down. It needs to be understandable. What a lot of people are doing is that they're trying to sound extremely too smart, and they're using a lot of industry jargon. Well, guess what? Typically, a lot of people don't understand the industry jargon. So you need to dumb it down to where your message is concise and it's understandable so other people can digest it. You don't want to look like the smartest person out here on the internet. Why? Because for one, going back to some stuff that I said earlier in the video, outside of it being confusing, that stuff can sound very intimidating to somebody. So if I'm up here talking about online business, I don't need to talk about words like EBITDA, right? A lot of people, they may not know what EBITDA is. So I'll just say profit, because in a dumbed down sense, EBITDA, which stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, whatever it is, in a dumbed down version of it is profit. I don't need to say all these fancy words. And then fourth, your offer, it needs to be desirable. So you can tap into people's desires, because the mistake that most people are making is that they're only talking about the stuff that people need instead of talking about what it is that people actually desire. Because a lot of times people don't know what it is that they need, but they do know what it is that they desire. So something that I do is that I put the medicine in the candy. So I know what my prospective customers and my leads, I know what it is that they desire. So I may lead with what they desire just so I can deliver to them what it is that they actually need. You need to put the medicine in the candy. And here's the thing about pricing. If you can focus in on delivering a high value result to somebody, and you focus on the payoff instead of the pieces and tap into these four right here, price doesn't matter. And look, let me get the whiteboard off the screen just so you can really see me and understand me when I say this right here. Look, price is only an issue if value is absent. So if you tap into actually delivering true value to somebody, instead of thinking of the pieces of your product, you get numbers coming in online in your business like all them that you see on the screen right now. So if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff that you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description and join this Credit at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community of entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only $47 a month to join right now. That's less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description to tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. But look, this stuff, it's very simple if you just focus on the right things. And there's something called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto principle. And the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule, it basically states this: you get 80% of your results from 20% of your efforts. But where most people are messing up is, instead of focusing on those few things, on that small 20% of stuff that is really going to move the needle for them, they're focused on the bigger 80% of the stuff that really isn't going to bring any growth to them. So focus on the right thing, focus on the payoff over the pieces, and then focus on the high value result for somebody. And I'm telling you, it gets so much easier when you just focus on effectively communicating that to your customers. So go ahead and click the link down in the description if you want to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. And go ahead and check out this video right here for the only 5 types of content to make to effectively communicate your message to the market. It's Credit at the Top.